lot of self-employed entrepreneurs and startups with this group, and that's why I had a real passion and excitement for the 1 million cups idea, because often those groups are essentially overlooked in terms of having a plan in place for retirement planning for all their other financial concerns. But today I want to look a little broader and look at that piece of financial planning, kind of not just one aspect of it of retirement, but an overall broader perspective. This can be used for individuals, just so you can have kind of an idea in place instead of just winging it in terms of retirement and other areas such as risk management and things that I'll get to in this discussion, but also for small employers, for your employees. Something that you can do that we like to call financial wellness. We actually did a study with the Federal Reserve here in Kansas City and found that when your employees have these issues addressed of financial wellness, they're more productive because they have better morale and they don't have those things kind of weighing them down. If you can have a financial coach that can assist them with that. And so looking at either an employer or an individual basis, that's what I'm discussing today with financial planning and financial wellness. So I'll go ahead and get started. Some disclosures. First, thinking about investment, if you actually look at my business card there on the table, you can see the little logo of Waddell and Reed. Now, sorry, probably speaking on the microphone there. Waddell and Reed's been around since 1937. We're headquartered here in Kansas City. We're a national company, but if you look at our logo, that's where we actually get it from, that pyramid. Ultimately, it's looking at the clients in a comprehensive manner in terms of their financial needs. So at the bottom, you have cash flow. You're dealing with your budget, expenses, being able to have potentially an emergency savings fund, things that can take care of you in a crisis, and also dealing with debt and how we're managing that. And the next step up, kind of in this hierarchy of needs, so to speak, you have risk management, which is things like providing for your loved ones and possibly yourself in those unfortunate circumstances, those risks. So we're talking disability, we're talking life insurance, things like that. Then we get up, you have money to invest, and the next two kind of go into that, income taxes and retirement, how to best save on taxes as an individual as well as an employer, and retirement when you have that money to invest to look to the long term. And having a plan in place allows you to determine how much should I be saving, monthly, annually, so that when I retire, the percentage of expenses that I live on now, are those going to be phases? Am I going to travel a lot in retirement, maybe in the first 10 years? These are the questions we address in retirement to make sure you have enough to live on. And then also, finally, at that estate piece, you want to leave some for your family, for your heirs, for a nonprofit, for a charity, things like that. So that's kind of the comprehensive picture. Instead of just a transaction or a product, we really pride ourselves on being in that relationship-based model. Meet at least annually with clients to update these plans so that if there are any changes that we can address them, so that we're doing this in a cyclical process. Now, in talking specifically about the markets, we know that we've had changes. As we can see here, there have been some downturns in the markets, but the importance of financial planning is that when you have an actual coach looking at your risk profile, instead of an investment that's just at an arbitrary date or something that isn't really applicable to you, we're going to look at your specific risk profile and change your investments accordingly based upon your age, so that we can lower the chances of a downturn to principal when you need that money for income, but have greater chances for growth at earlier stages. And again, this is kind of over time, investments are a good way to go because of the growth potential there in the stock market. And so here again, we get to the bottom of that pyramid. We're talking about cash flow. And then we get to the retirement piece. We've all seen these statistics before about how unprepared for retirement we are, as well as other investment scenarios. And that's the idea really of having a coach, someone to inform you of how best to get this plan in place and actually taking those steps. That's something I like to pride myself on. It takes courage, but to tell clients what needs to happen instead of just sugarcoating it for you. So, but kind of like Sarah was talking about, how you need a coach for health. Also, you need a coach for your wellness in terms of finances, and so that's where I can come in. This gets back into kind of out of order. This is the risk management piece, looking at disability or looking at life insurance, and also long-term care on the bottom there. How do I go back? Okay. So again, in talking about planning, we're looking at doing this in a comprehensive fashion that can be updated according to your needs. And so it's not just a one-time thing, like I discussed earlier. And again, implementation. If you look at, we have kind of a good, if you look at the page in front of you now, the plan for all seasons, I know we're here in spring, but we're about to get to summer. And this is, it just goes to show, like, in all stages of your life, you need to have kind of your finances updated. And so if you want, feel free to check off anything that you feel like in which section is appropriate to you. And I can pick these up after the session. And then you feel free to discuss it if you want. But looking first at the accumulation phase, this is kind of, you have a family, you're starting to invest, looking toward retirement, you have possibly some costs with children and maybe your home, and so that's your accumulation phase. Then we get into pre-retirement, and that's when we're trying to really assess your risk profile to make sure that we're getting prepared to draw on that money. And so it's important to look at your portfolio at that point. Also looking to if you have any parents, any long-term care needs, and updating your insurance at that point, your life insurance. And then the retirement stage. How much money do you need to live on? And again, as I discussed, kind of like phases. Retirement isn't just limited on one single amount of month that we think for the entire time, unless someone wants that. There are different periods of planning that would need to be associated there. And also, Social Security strategies. When is the right time to take and file for Social Security, and the best benefit for you and your plan is a very important part of that equation. And then finally, legacy, like I discussed about leaving an estate, something to your heirs. That's the legacy. And how to save on taxes if you're taking R&Ds, private distributions, or maybe some sort of large investment that isn't doing well in the interest rates we have today, a way to get a better return on it. And so that's a sum. This is our process overall. We begin with a fact-finding scenario in the analysis stage. Then we come up with a solution. And of course, you have to have the implementation piece. So it has to be put into action. Otherwise, we're not going to get to the goals that we mutually agree upon. But it's a cycle. It's not just a one-time. It continues to be updated. So that's what we pride ourselves on. We were just ranked in one of the top 10 financial advisor firms for doing exactly that, financial planning, besides our performance with our investments and our mutual funds and things like that. So again, just asking what season you're in, and feel free if one of those questions checked off there, accumulation, retirement, pre-retirement, or legacy. And that's it. I'll open myself up to questions.